Now, a catastrophic fire rating has been issued for South Australia's Yorke Peninsula and Eastern Eyre Peninsula today, with temperatures in the high 30s and strong winds forecast.
Hot and windy conditions are also forecast in Victoria, while parts of Queensland can expect storms and cooler conditions. Let's get more now from Jonathan Howe, Senior Meteorologist at the Bureau of Meteorology. Jonathan, great to have you on this morning. Let's start off with the heat and the fire dangers. What's the latest?
Good morning, Joe. As you mentioned, we are expecting a very hot day across southeastern parts of the country. So we will see temperatures climbing up into the mid to high 30s. So 34 in Melbourne today, 37 degrees in Adelaide, even hotter for inland parts. But as you say, with those very strong winds coming down, we are expecting to see elevated fire dangers. So firstly, in South Australia, we are expecting extreme fire dangers for many southern and coastal districts. That does include the Mount Lofty ranges. So what that means is that if a fire does start, it will become very dangerous. But we are also expecting catastrophic fire dangers. That's the highest level on the fire danger rating scale. That's for the Eastern Eyre Peninsula and Yorke Peninsula. So that includes places like Whyalla, Cleve, as well as Edithburgh. And in Victoria, we are expecting extreme fire danger for the Mallee and Wimmera. So that includes Mildura, Horsham, as well as Swan Hill. But for many people across the southeast, it will be a very hot day today.
And when are conditions in the southeast expected to ease?
Thankfully, it's just going to be the one hot day today, so we call that a heat spike day. There is a cool change coming through overnight tonight, and that will also bring a band of rain, thunderstorms, as well as very strong winds. So that will move through South Australia late tonight and into early tomorrow morning. And then for Victoria, including Melbourne, we'll see that cool change coming through sometime late Sunday morning into the early afternoon, and it'll sweep across parts of southern New South Wales as well as the ACT. But we are expecting a band of pretty heavy rainfall and some very strong winds across alpine areas.
Yeah, so thunderstorms are expected across parts of the country this weekend. Tell us where they're expected, particularly Queensland.
It really has been quite an active number of days for thunderstorms right across the country. For today, we are expecting storms in pretty much every state and territory except the ACT and Tasmania. But really the focus will be across Queensland, where we have seen some pretty severe thunderstorms over the last few days. So we are looking at storms all the way from the northeast corner of Victoria, right through inland New South Wales into southern Queensland, back around the NT, and we also are expecting quite a bit of thunderstorm activity across Western Australia today.
Are these conditions normal for this time of year, Jonathan?
So we are very much approaching the start of summer. So what that means for the East Coast is we are peaking with that thunderstorm risk across Queensland and New South Wales. But across southern parts of the country, it is really starting to heat up. So although today we are expecting maximum temperatures up to 12 to 14 degrees above average, we are expecting some much cooler conditions from Sunday. So that really does average out, but it is very much warmer than usual and pretty typical for this time of year. But of course, we do remind people today, especially with the elevated fire dangers, we are expecting fire bans across many districts. So keep an eye from the latest from the CFS or the CFA if you're in SA or Victoria, as well as for those under the risk of severe thunderstorms to keep an eye on the warnings, and as always follow all advice from emergency services.